Hi, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to talk about fashion. So first, look at these pictures. How would you describe their styles? Who do you think looks fashionable or trendy? Please pause your video and take some notes. Okay, great. We're going to be listening to someone interviewing these guys. Please listen and number the pictures. Who is the first guy that's being interviewed? Is it Charles, Rick, Adam, or Matt? Let's go ahead and listen.
Track 1.8.
Excuse me.
Me?
Yes. Hi there. I'm working on a feature for Dudes magazine about men's personal style. Do you mind if I ask you some questions?
No, I guess not.
Could you tell me what image you are trying to achieve?
Image? I don't really have an image. I wear clothes I feel comfortable in. I guess you'd call it a casual look.
Do you think that you're aware of fashion?
Probably not. No. My style hasn't changed for years.
Okay, let's listen to the second person.
Track 1.9.
Hello. I'm doing some research for an article about the way men dress. Can I ask you some questions?
Yeah, no problem.
Do you mind telling me what you wear to go out at night?
At night? You mean clubs and that kind of thing?
Yes, when you go clubbing.
I dress exactly like this.
You don't dress up then.
Well, put it this way, I never put a suit on. The clubs I go to don't let men in if they're wearing suits.
Really? How strange. Okay, one more question. I'd just like to know if there's an item of clothing you couldn't live without.
Sneakers. Definitely couldn't live without them. I've got about 25 pairs.
Okay, let's listen to number three.
Track 1.10.
Excuse me. Hello.
Hello.
I work for Dudes magazine, and we're doing a survey about men's self-image. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Oh, no. No, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Well, I'd like to know what your clothes say about you.
What do my clothes say about me? Gee, I guess they say that I'm meeting a client this afternoon, and that means I have to make the right impression. So I have to wear a suit.
Would you say that you care about your image?
Oh, yes, I think I do. I like to look nice, even when I'm not working. Even when I wear jeans and a t-shirt, I like them to be neat and clean. And I think this says that I care about myself. It says that I have high self-esteem.
Let's listen to the last person.
Track 1.11.
Excuse me, sir. Is it okay if I ask you a couple of questions for an article I'm doing for Dudes magazine?
Yes, that's fine. Are you going to take pictures?
Yes, if you don't mind. But first, I'd like to know whether your appearance affects your life in any way.
Oh, yes, totally. The way I dress is my life. It hasn't really affected my career so far, but I'm hoping it will. Basically, I want to be noticed, and the reason I want to be noticed is that I want to get on TV.
Ah, and do you know what the last thing you bought was?
Oh, yes, I adore shopping. That would be a pink shirt I bought yesterday. Oh, and a pink and black tie.
Okay, great. During class, we're going to check who was the first person she interviewed and so on. Let's continue. Now, I want you to please take a look at these questions and think about this. Which one sounds more formal and why? What is special about these questions? Please pause your video while you read the questions and think about this. Okay, great. So, if you noticed, the second question in each set is the one that sounds more formal. Could you tell me what image you're trying to achieve? I would like to know whether your appearance affects your life. Do you think you're aware of fashion? And if you noticed, these questions have a small introduction before asking the real question. These are called indirect or embedded questions. Let's continue. Please look at the questions again. Which one is the introduction and which is the real question? Please pause your video while you underline or copy in your notebook. Okay, let's go ahead and check. So in the first one, we have, could you tell me what image you are trying to achieve? And the introduction of the question would be, could you tell me? And then we have, what image you're trying to achieve is the real question I am asking. That is the information I want to know. Next we have, I would like to know whether your appearance affects your life. Here, the introduction is, I would like to know. And the information that I want to know is, if what, whether your appearance affects your life. Very good. The last one, do you think you're aware of fashion? The introduction would be, do you think? And the real question is, you are aware of fashion. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the structure. Please look at the original questions and the indirect or embedded questions. Where is the verb in the second question? Please pause your video while you think about this. Okay, let's go ahead and check. So if you noticed, in the first question we have, what image are you trying to achieve? And our verb would be, are you trying? Here we're just going to take the auxiliary are, and we're going to put it after the subject. So if you notice, in a direct question, we have our auxiliaries before the subject, but in an embedded or indirect question, they go after the subject. Look at the second example. Does your appearance affect your life? And I wrote, I would like to know whether your appearance affects your life. Here we're going to eliminate the auxiliary does, and we're just going to take the verb affect. Here, once again, we're going to using after the subject. Your appearance affects. Notice that when we have a yes/no question, we can use if or whether. Next one. Are you aware of fashion? Here, our auxiliary is are. And since this is the only verb that we have in the question, we're going to use it after the subject. Even though this is also a yes/no question, because we're using do you think, we are not going to use if or whether. We're only going to use them when we have a phrase like, I would like to know. Okay, let's continue. Please look at these questions. If you notice they are scrambled, please pause your video while you organize the questions. Okay, let's go ahead and check. So question number 1 is going to be, what do you think your strongest quality is? Next one. Could you tell me why you left your last job? 3. I would like to know whether you are available on weekends. Question number 4. Do you mind telling me why you want to work for this company? Great. Let's go ahead and continue. Please go to your student book page 15, exercise number 3. You're going to complete the indirect questions. For example, we have letter A. Where is the cheapest clothing store in town? This is a direct question, and I'm going to write an indirect one using do you know. How would you do this one? Yeah, we should write, do you know where the cheapest clothing store in town is? Please remember that we're taking the verb or auxiliary verb and we're putting it after the subject. Okay, pause your video and do the rest. Excellent, we're going to share this during class. Now go to your workbook page 5, exercise number 7. Here we have to rewrite the questions below, beginning with the words given. For example, letter A we have, what kind of salary are you looking for? And the indirect question would be, do you know what kind of salary you are looking for? Let's do letter B. Which political party do you vote for? Could you tell me which political party you vote for? Yes, we're going to just eliminate the word do. Pause your video and work on the rest. Okay, like before, we're going to check this during our class. I will see you then. Bye bye!